Hi there, everybody. My name is Edward Pye, and this is BUAD 298 Small Business Management for Distance Education. Purpose of this video is to run you through an overview of the course, as well as have a look at our Moodle shell and identify where different functions and features of that shell are so that you can progress through the course. Just having a look at the details for the course here. D11 is our section. The dates for the course are May 5th through to August 5th, 2025. It is student-paced, so that means that there are no set classes. All of the information you can find within our Moodle shell, and there are a variety of activities and quizzes to get through. Those are all at your own pace. So you can do them at the beginning of the course, you can do them at the end of the course. They do all connect to certain parts of the course, but there's no timeline on that term work. There are a few different assignments that are due at different times, and we'll have a look at those a bit later on in this video. One of those periods is the final exam period, which is August 9th to August 17th. But we'll have a look at the assessment a bit later on. Just introducing us to the course here, it is focused on small business management. It looks at rational problem solving and decision making. And then it looks at the marketing, management, and financial concerns of a small business. And that includes things like growing a business, franchising, having family involved, and then actually exiting once you're finished. So a lot of different areas connected to small business. Just for me, my contact information, obviously my name's Edward Pye. Please call me Ed. If you want to get in touch with me, we can do an online meeting. We can do an in-person meeting if you're in Kelowna. But if you do want to have an appointment with me by Zoom or Teams, please email me, epie@okanagan.bc.ca. I am available most of the week. Really, the only times that I'm taken up with are classes on Tuesday, Thursday from 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock. So it's really the only time that I'm not available to meet. But as I say, just email me and we can figure out a time to actually get in touch. Just a background on me, my field of study is in education. I have a master's in education. Fairly experienced teacher. I've been teaching since 2002 internationally in South Korea, and since being in Canada at UBCO and OC. So lots of teaching experience there. But I'm also a former owner of 5 different companies, owner and operator, and CTO there, which is the Chief Technology Officer in terms of e-commerce, sports merchandising, B2B, so a little bit of import and export, printing, and graphic design. So lots of different areas within small business. So I can definitely speak to some of the experiences there if people have questions. And currently I have a bit of a side hustle doing graphic design. I have a graphic design background. So as you'll see with a lot of my PowerPoints and materials, there's definitely a graphic design touch there. On the book, so this is our book that everybody needs to get. This will be an integral part of the course. You will need this to pass because there are quizzes and activities based on the readings from the book. So it is Small Business Management, Launching and Growing New Ventures. It's the 6th edition. I would recommend getting the online version, which you can go to the bookstore and purchase, or you can just go directly to the Cengage website and get the online version. I think the online version has more resources and lots of options there as well. So I would definitely recommend that for this course. Just having a look at our schedule here, and if we just move me out of the way. So we can see, guys, there are 15 parts, and that there are 13 weeks. So you can see that in terms of actually completing it, you're going to have to be a little bit faster than 1 part per week, but that's up to you in terms of your pacing. There's 3 different focus areas that we're looking at. So starting up a small business, the management of a small business, and then growing and exiting a small business. And each of those have different parts. So You can see in the first focus area starting up, we've got 6 different areas, 6 different parts: entrepreneurship, analysis, organization, location, product and pricing, and distribution and promotion. Each of these are connected to a specific chapter from the book. So you'll need to read those chapters for each of those parts, and then each of them has an assignment. So you can see for part 1 here, we've got just the activity, part 1 activity. Part 2 is just a quiz, and then part 3 is an activity and a quiz. And it follows that structure all the way through the course. You can see part 4 activity, part 5 quiz, part 6 activity, quiz, activity, quiz, activity, quiz. So guys, you can just go through and follow it. Each part in Moodle will have the assignment. It'll give you the instructions and the assignment in Moodle. We'll have a look at that in a second. But basically, you have to read these chapters to connect to these different parts. We can see over here, for each different focus area, we have an assignment. So for the starting up one, we've got AS01, the assignment number 1, June 8th. Assignment 2 is July 6th, and assignment 3 is due August 4th. Looking at our actual assessments, and if we just move me out of the way again. So we have 3 assignments, as I mentioned. They're all worth 10%. We've got the due dates there. We also have these part assignments. They're technically not weekly assignments because you can do them whenever, but they are the assignments for the parts. So there's 10 quizzes worth 1% each, and 10 activities or content work that are worth 1% each. All of those are due by the last day of the course, August 4th. And then we also have our final exam, which is in the period from August 9th to August 17th. Guys, just a note here, you must get 50% in the exam to pass the course. A couple of class policies, guys. Late work may be rejected. If you want an extension, you need a good reason and proof. No work will be graded after 5 days. Everything must be professionally presented, including spelling and grammar. This one is more to do with in-class, so not as relevant for distance education. And obviously highly recommended to read the textbook. Just on academic integrity, we've got cheating, we've got plagiarism, and AI. Make sure you avoid all of these, guys, because then there could be potential penalties on top of that as well. Okay, so just having a look at our Moodle shell. So we can see there's a little introduction for myself here. We've got the main details of the course as we scroll down. Announcements here, guys. If there's anything important, I will email, but I'll also put up an announcement here. We can see as we come in, these first 3 tiles here are the main information for the course. So if we look at course info, we've got this video will be here. We've got the overview, we've got the outline of the course, we've got our schedule, the textbook, and then a couple of different resources from OC. If we jump into the assignments tile, we've obviously got that course assessment slide that we saw from the slideshow, but we've also got the 3 different assignments here. If we click on assignment number 1, we can see the directions here, so you can download the directions PDF, and then this is where you would submit your first assignment. If we jump into student resources, we can see there's a number of different resources to help. Anything about academic, personal, or emotional challenges, working with your email address, getting Microsoft Office if you don't have it already, and we've got some writing supports here as well. So guys, these are the 3 main areas to navigate you into the Moodle shell, and then each of these parts are the actual work that you have to do throughout the semester. So if we look at part 1 and we scroll down onto this, we can see that we've got a little introduction as to what you're going to be looking at for that part. We've got the tasks for this part, and then we've got the actual links that you need to click on to complete them. So Here's your textbook reading. Read chapter 1 of the book, so you can click on that to go to the textbook. Here's the PowerPoint, PP1, PowerPoint 1, Entrepreneurship and Small Business. So guys, this condenses a lot of the information from the book into an easier to follow format. I will mention that all of the exams will be based from the PowerPoints. So make sure you review the PowerPoints as your first area of review when you're thinking about the final exam. We've got an additional resources folder here. So sometimes you might need to use the resources in this folder to complete the activity. But then we also have the activity here as well. So this is what you need to do. And guys, you can see on the side here, we've got these little mark as done things. These are pretty good. If you click on these, you can say, okay, I finished doing the reading, so that's done. And then when we exit it, we can see that we've got 25% progress here for part 1. So we know that we need to go back and finish off some things there. So really recommend using these buttons just to show where you're at throughout the course. And guys, all of the parts follow that kind of setup. So it'll give you an introduction to that part. It'll give you the tasks. And then there might be some additional information, additional resources, and potentially a case study that you need to use to answer any of the activities for that part. You can see we've got different parts that are loaded in here. We're up to part 5. I will unhide the other parts as we go along. So look out for those coming up. I'll try and get them all up within the first 3 weeks. But yeah, you'll be able to go in and do each one of these at your own pace. Yeah, so that's basically an overview of the course itself and a Moodle shell. Remember, guys, if you do have any questions or problems, please email me and I'll get back to you right away. epi@okanagan.bc.ca. Yeah, just let me know if you have any issues or problems or questions. I can answer those. And I look forward to having a good distance education semester with you. Thanks.